Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm going to pre-record this for Wednesday and upload it at some point. I'm doing my second NBA mock draft here, and I decided Thursday I'll do my fifth mock draft on Thursday instead, and do my second NBA mock draft for Wednesday. So let's get right into it. I'm doing 4 basketball games. Probably not going to do a news video. Probably just do that Thursday, along with Michigan State, Purdue, and my mock draft is probably what I'll do Thursday. So let's do another NBA mock. So, obviously college basketball is, almost at March Madness, man. We only have a few more days left in February, getting there towards March Madness. But I feel like with each passing day, the picture of this draft class, I think, is getting more and more clear. I feel it's going to be one of the strongest, deepest draft classes in a while. Hence all the tanking. That's why a bunch of teams are tanking. It's a damn good draft class. So the question is, who's going to go where? We'll see. The first round, I think, will be dominated by the freshmen in this draft class. But we still have plenty of intrigue as to who the top choice will be. So, let's start with number 1. I'm going to still say Darren Peterson. I really want to say A.J. DeMonsta, because I think he's number 1 right now. But despite the unexplained early exits and absences, as the consistent dominance from A.J. DeMonsta and Cameron Boozer, there's still significant support for Darren Peterson from NBA people. Many believe that he's dealing with a legitimate injury that's also restricting explosion and bursts of the rim. They saw more of at prolific prep, scouts in attendance. That Kent's BYU game are still referencing how he blew by and outplayed DeMonsta with those 18 points in 20 minutes. The medical reports could change things, and there are potential issues to watching him down the stretch, specifically the amount of difficult jumpers he relies on. But at this point, scouts, they're just talking about a generational guard due to his creation, on and off ball shot making, and his defensive quickness. But the thing that still worries me, man, is him asking out of games and he just hasn't played a lot, man. And I feel like he's ducked most of these big matchups outside of Houston. Like, he hasn't really played in many of these big games. BYU was a big game, I guess I'd still would say, but I felt Darren Peterson won't be a bust in the NBA. I just don't know if he'll live to the potential, but I think he can if he plays, like actually plays. And number 2, A.J. DeMonsta to the Pacers. I feel like he's making a really push to make the number 1 prospect a serious push and sway Peterson, Cam Boozer fans to change their positions. He's shooting better from 3. He's showing playmaking that Peterson hasn't, most recently with a 9-assist game against Iowa State. His decision-making has been sharper inside the arc. Peterson clearly shows more range and defensive ability, but it's getting tougher by the day to poke holes into DeMonsta's scouting report. Like, you could say, the three-point shooting, and the three-point shooting is getting better. You could say, what about the playmaking? Well, he had 9 assists against one of the top defenses. With the ice getting thinner, underneath the top line that Peterson has sat on, DeMonsta is maintaining this current level of production and the versatility and impact. They could push him number 1 on a majority of draft boards. I feel like it's going to be one of these two for the top 2, the first pick. But Cam Boozer to the Brooklyn Nets. Him falling to 3rd is only a result of unusual spatial talent at the top of the draft. I think he's arguably the most impact player in college basketball. Just me using my eyes, watching the games, not really relying on analytics. And despite questions of upside due to his limited explosion, athleticism, I get it. But to me, you don't need to be a 6-foot guard just for NBA highlights. The dude's a great player. It shouldn't restrict his 40% three-point shooting, his passing IQ, ball handling craft, post game, his ability to overpower bigs inside and get mismatches. Cam Boozer's a damn good player. Caleb Wilson to the Hawks. This is via the Pelicans. Even if a broken hand cost him the rest of the season, which I don't think he will, I think he's going to return soon. He'll remain a favorite to go 4th and top 3 dark horse. The fit with Jalen Johnson may seem clunky, but teams picking this early don't usually prioritize fit over talent. Wilson's production, athleticism, transition ball handling, mid-range shot making, and defensive upside point to star potential, and he can make really tough shots as well. The Wizards, Keaton Wagler, 6'6", freshman guard. Still looking for a franchise ball handler, the Wizards have multiple options, including like Kingston Flemings, Darius Acuff, even LeBaron Philon. But Wagler may look the most enticing with his size, a 42% three-point shooter, crafty skill, and strong decision-making. I feel like Boswell being out really helped him become a lot better. So, number 5 here, the Jazz, Kingston Flemings. The Jazz could picture an interchangeable backcourt Keontae George and Kingston Flemings. He's got enough size to play some two-guard and experience sharing the rock with another ball handler in Fuzan. Flemings hasn't shot or finished as well as he did earlier in the season, but there's a lot of love for his quickness off the bounce, mid-range scoring, playmaking, intangibles, his layup package. Number 7, Darius Acuff. With the Mavericks, I'd love this pick. He had a 49-point game against Alabama, showed just star qualities to his burst, creation, pull-up shooting, and an incredible assist-to-turnover ratio, highlights his sound decision-making, like running the team. The Mavericks, I think, are going to think long-term, and uncertainty, like around Kyrie, even post-ACL tear, you don't know what you're going to have with Kyrie. I think this will be a great pick at number 7, because I think he could maybe be a top player in his class. And him and Cooper Flagg would be an awesome duo. Number 8, the Grizzlies, Mikal Brown, out of Louisville. He's been on a tear. He had that 45-point game against NC State. He's one of the most potent shot makers in the draft, despite some overly confident shot selection. He does take some bad shots at times, but his shooting and playmaking at 6'5" helped offset some concerns around his decision-making and turnovers. And he had a pretty good three-point shooting game against North Carolina as well. I think he was like 6 for 14. Chicago Bulls, Nate Ament. A switch flipped for him, he's been consistently putting up 20-point games, shooting better and playing with more physicality. There's going to be some interesting big wings that can create and hit threes, because at the start of the year he was terrible. But he's been consistently putting up 20-point games. Felt he's got a bit more stronger, and he's just grown up, man. Milwaukee Bucks, Jaden Quaintance. He seems unlikely to make an impact the rest of the season after returning early from a torn ACL. Shocker. He ain't hurt, he just quit. On my Cats, of course. But he did show promise in high school and at Arizona State. Should generate lottery interest. Like, he's still younger than most freshmen. He's shown special defensive abilities, like some ball handling for attacking bigs, post skill. I don't know if he can shoot at all. But the Hornets, Kareem Lopez. I think he's from New Zealand. I think he had a 32-point game against Melbourne. That was eye-opening. The Trailblazers, Braden Burries. At 12, after a slow start, I feel like he's a steady source of scoring within the flow of the offense. He isn't the flashiest guard, but he's efficient. He's effective getting downhill, separating in the mid-range and making rhythm threes. He was bad to start the year, but he was a freshman. He's got his feet up, under him now. Thomas Hall at 13 to the Spurs. On paper, he seems like a strong fit next to Wembanyama, and thanks to his scoring ability and floor spacing, he can play off stars by stretching the floor. He attacks closeout. He's a good cutter. Gets out in transition. Makes good decisions. Brings good energy. He really broke out, I thought, at the end of that NCAA tournament last year, and he's been really good at the three this year. For the Thunder, Koa Pete. A hand injury will cost him some time and chances to win back some support he's lost since his incredible debut against Florida. Still, he's a powerful finisher and mid-range scorer who can attack off the bounce, and I don't think he'll slip too far given the physical tools, the maturity, and I think he's only, 17, 18 or something like that. The Warriors, LeBaron Philon. He would give us another creator. I'm a Warriors fan, of course. But his most valuable strength is the ability to create off the bounce with a change of speed and direction. But he's turned into a potential lottery pick with his improved finishing and three-point shooting. Wouldn't hate this pick at all for the Warriors. I mean, he's don't know if we need another 6-foot guard, but honestly, he's damn good. He's better than, most of the guards we have. The Grizzlies, Braylon Mullins. If they opt for a point guard with their own pick, they could look at Mullins for shot making, using Orlando's pick. Regardless of what the numbers say, there will be eye testers that believe that he's one of the most skilled and versatile shot makers in the draft. He's a damn good shooter. Don't care what the numbers say. The Heat, Chris Sinac. His profile is flawed, lacking ball handling flashes, assists, and defensive playmaking, but there's clear place for a 6'11" forward with shooting skills, athletic finishing ability, and high rebounding motor. He's active on the offensive glass. The Thunder, Yaxel Lindeborg. They may opt for NBA-ready players who can contribute on cheap contracts, rookie contracts next few years, and that could lead them to Lindeborg here. He's a 23-year-old NBA-ready forward. just an instant front court depth, scoring versatility. I think the Thunder would just look for an NBA-ready player, and I think at this pick, he's definitely ready. The Hornets, Haynes, Steinbach, they could target him to give them an offensive upgrade at center. The lack of rim protection pushes him down the board, but his combination of size, soft hands, rebounding instincts, open floor athleticism, and overall skill, I think bode well for his offensive projection. I think this is what the Hornets would use this pick for if they pick him. The Raptors, Christian Anderson, his thin frame and lack of athleticism, I think will scare teams off, but I think he should be an option outside the lottery, given his three-point accuracy / volume and really good playmaking. I think he takes, I don't know how many threes he takes a game. He takes has to be like 12 or 13. He makes like 6 a game. The Pistons, Bennett Sturts. He could serve as an instant backup point guard for a playoff team more interested in rookie contract production over long-term upside. He's backed up last year's numbers with Drake by just kind of similar things, picking apart Big Ten defenses with shot making craftiness like he did at Drake. Another NBA-ready player, Los Angeles Lakers, Cam Carr. They could fill a need because he has shot-making athleticism. It just screams plug-and-play, a 3-and-D wing, which Lakers need a 3, like a guy that can shoot the 3 and has the athleticism. That's Cam Carr. Denver Nuggets, Tyler Tanner. Between the production and eye test, he's displayed the quickness, shot-making, playmaking, defensive numbers to entice some scouts to pick him around this range. I felt that'd be a good bench guy for Denver. The Hawks, Malik Thomas. He will draw interest from teams that could use a jolt of speed, creation, and just shot making to get a flamethrower out there. And his game is suited for the instant offensive scoring spark role, to provide a spark. The Sixers, Dame Mara. His passing at 7'3" has become a draw that nicely complements his shot blocking, finishing tools, and low post skill with Michigan. The Knicks, Mraz Johnson. Also out of Michigan. The Knicks could add some front court athleticism and toughness, and he's an elite finisher, mobile defender. He's even flashing the occasional shooting range. Like, he doesn't shoot a lot, but the times he does shoot, he can make them. The Celtics, Dalen Swain. His offense has really made a sizable jump at Texas. The shooting, still suspect, but NBA loves these big wings that can handle and create. Cavs, Tonde Yesufu, another freshman. There's still some issues with him being a below-average shooter and a non-playmaker. He'll still draw first-round interest based on his shot-making skill and physical tools for attacking and defending. T-Wolves, Elijah Arenas. He will earn a pass for the inefficiency due to his delayed start. He has obvious talent. He takes some wild and rush shots, but he really has ball handling, creativity, and shot-making. Can be NBA caliber. Could be just coming back from the injury. And then the Mavericks take Patrick Ngongba. He will earn fans for his passing and rim protection, which could give a front court a unique look offensively and some tough interior D. But yeah, that's my mock draft here, my second mock draft for the NBA. And I'll do my NFL mock draft Thursday, my fifth one. This is my second NBA one. I'll do my fifth NFL one Thursday. But yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Thanks, I'm out. Peace.